Hello everyone, it's Admiral Prince Eric. Welcome back to World of Warships. And today we're going to make a discuss about update 14.2. It's gonna be about my birthday month. It's coming to an end next this week so far. Okay, so we're gonna just setting up and getting excited for this new content for a Datamine. So let's get started. So the issue for that is to don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification icon. Hey, so let's get started about this new information and the contents. Okay, so here we are, update 14.2 experimental ships. So the maintenance period is on 3 hours time on March 6th, Thursday. The update 14.2, we're introducing mechanics that will span several updates and span over time. With the release of update 14.7, they will be removed, allowing us to be bolder when adding mechanics without making the core gameplay too complicated. Based on your feedback, we decided not to introduce classified documents to random battle in update 14.2. We'll share you with our further plans regarding this mechanic later publications. So, excuse me lang. Ano yun? Ay, no, yan na naman ulit. Okay, so let's just claim the gift before on March 3. Okay, so let's get started about experimental ships. A new round of the proposal of World of Warships in this year. Starting from March 6th, 3 a.m. until on August 7th, we will release the update 14.7. Okay, so 3 new ships with unusual mechanics are sailing out of our virtual seas. Metz, Yasma, and Oregon are designed for seasoned and boat captains, and once unlocked, they will be usable in all battle types. But in fact, based on the real-life ships, for wargaming ideas like for Toulon, Borodino, and Georgia. For these ships start battles with significant portion of the hit points deducted, but they can be restored. Main battery accuracy and the rate of fire gradually increase as the ship loses hit points, down to the minimum HP threshold. Restoring HP reduces these modifiers. These ships come stocked with a limited number of AP shells with improved characteristics. These shells can be used via burst fire, also available on these ships. They have no module upgrades and their economic earnings are like those of same tier Tech 3 ships. Additionally, retraining commanders isn't necessary when assigning them to experimental ships. You can complete the special mission chain at the helms of experimental ships and it will reward you with a coal. You can unlock experimental ships by researching their components in exchange for a combination of credits together with actual reports, the latter which are obtainable via special combat missions. So here's gonna make an example in this illustration when you're starting about the experimental ships. So it can be available for that in the tech tree. You can do that, you may start applying experimental ships for the use of the free XP. So, with the releasing update 14.7, experimental ships will be removed from your accounts. If you successfully unlock the entire groups of these ships, you receive some commemorative rewards. Here are the screenshots whatever they use full ahead. So I'm gonna try out one by one on these ships for a gameplay scenario. Okay, so the next topic, return of operations with flagships. It starts on March 6th, 3 a.m. until it ends on August 7th at the same time. Okay, so return of operations with flagships as is similar for a demonstration back in the previous update. Okay, so operations with flagships are back and we made several changes to make them even more engaging. So this feature will be present in the game until they release the update 14.7. Flagships are dangerous enemies with increased health pools and ability to provide different effects to the bots they lead into battle. In the first iteration operations with flagships, you knew for sure what types of flagships you were going to face. Now, the battle will be more diverse and engaging because in each battle, 3 flagships of 2 different types will await you. The 2 types have different effects and vulnerabilities. The flagships will be randomly selected and you see which ones you'll be up against at the start of the battle. You can now use classified documents to boost your ship's capabilities in battle. However, these classified documents, you might remember about the operations for the Overlord scenario back in the previous update. This special mechanic makes your ship more effective in encounters with specific enemies. You can only equip one classified document at a time, and each one provides bonuses against specific ship types. They work against both flagships and ordinary bots, and provide defensive buff and increase the chosen type of damage. All classified documents will be credited to player accounts with no need to allot them. At the beginning of each battle, the game auto-selects a classified document for you, and you have a limited time to change the selection. The effects of the flagship will get some changes. So this is what looks like an example which also featured from last year that's happened for the scenario on Operation Overlord takes place. So we're gonna try for this a moment in these operations. These features will be present in the game until release the update 14.7. For update 14.2, we also prepared the following activities and content. Alright, the next one, early access to Soviet submarines. So this is going to be the second tech tree in early access in the year 2025 after Dutch light cruisers. This time, the Soviet submarines. So you might be remembered about the Soviet submarines this time was on back 5 years ago when the submarines are the training. Most notably for that is the T-6 L1. So you might gonna be remembered that. 2 years later, this time was on the super testing in on that some point by wargaming developers. Almost all intention of to do something worth of that Soviet submarines was to release somebody was on 2023 or 2024. But this year's comes forward will be seen up ahead in the Soviet submarines. Okay, comrades, for the release the update 14.2, submarines S1, L20 and K1 stand ready to serve the motherland. Okay, this is going to be the second Tech Tree branch takes on early access in the year 2025 takes place. So the highlights of this branch are the following. Their main weapons are powerful, fast, and long-range unguided torpedoes. On the other hand, homing torpedoes of these submarines have low damage, speed, and range. Submarines can move fast when they are on the surface, but while submerged, their speed leaves much to be desired, and low dive capacity means they can't stay underwater for too long. They come equipped with a long-range submarine surveillance and fast damage control team. So you might remember about the submarine S1 to be taking place for the submarine testing was on 5 years ago at the time. And other such of these top tiers like L20 and K1 were not available for the submarine testing at the time. But it's also for that featured the permanent camouflage. Looks like it's pretty amazing for this camouflage. In celebration of the start of early access to these submarines, we also prepared some thematic contents. Okay, here we are something an upcoming unique commanders as well as the patch and the commemorative flag. Also for that, the Soviet premium submarine S189 with a permanent camouflage instantly. Okay, the Soviet Navy Enterprise. If you want to straighten up your red fleet, the right time has come. A new thematic event pass filled with Soviet-style rewards awaits you in this update. It starts from March 6, 3 a.m. until it ends on April 3 with the release the update 14.3. Okay, the first progression line offers such rewards as 5-time Soviet-era containers and Commander Alexei Statsenko. Soviet permanent camouflage for Tier 8 Tallinn is the final reward of the line. You might remember about the Soviet heavy cruiser permanent camouflage was taking place 5 years ago for now straightly. So you might recognize about this permanent camouflage at the time without to do so much for a gambling. If you want to make Motherland proud, you can unlock the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons. Doing this will immediately bring you the Soviet permanent camouflage for Tier 9 Riga. Rewards for progressing down the line include 10 times Soviet Eater containers for Victory permanent camouflage and the Soviet permanent camouflage for the top tier Petropavlovsk. And meanwhile, the Soviet premium cruiser Molotov is the final reward. Completing extra stages of the event pass will bring you 2 times more signals containers and 1 time rare bonuses container for the first and the second lines correspondingly. Some compensations for already got a Soviet permanent camouflage that was installed in the ship on our port, but you receive as compensation from tier 8 to top tier onwards. But if you already have also for the Soviet premium cruiser Molotov in our port, you receive directly for credits. Alright, the next one, Pirate Team Bounty Hunt. It starts from March 13 until on March 27. Ready to hoist the black flag? Our fresh bounty hunt event will give you the chance to feel like a real pirate. The new bounty hunt will be unleashed in random battles. You can be a hunter playing any tier 5 to 10 ships including super ships, but the bounty status can only be applied to battleships, cruisers and destroyers. Tier 6 to 10 ships including super ships. Either way, you can earn bounty tokens in exchange for rewards like team commanders and permanent camouflages. Keep in mind that playing as a bounty increases not only the risk but the potential income as well. Okay, we got a permanent camouflages like around the world, as well as the tier 6 German destroyer get this permanent camouflage. Looks amazing for that though. This time, you can get the bounty status for free. It will be available in the special armory bundle. You keep the bounty status for 24 hours from the time of purchase or until you complete the main mission, which is to sink 5 enemy ships while playing as a bounty. We also prepare team random bundles in which you can find, among other rewards, our shiny newcomer tier 8 British heavy cruiser Monmouth. Also, until release the update 14.3, you can directly obtain bundles that hold her in the armory for doubloons, or get her in the premium shop for real money. So that means for that is a gambling. Alright, so the next topic, Dutch cruisers leads early access. Finally, it's time to take our departure for the early access of Dutch light cruisers since was introduced back in January 2025 for update 14.0. With the release of update 14.2, Charlesville, Menlo von Konhun, and Utrecht become available for everyone to research in the Dutch tech tree. It starts from a tier 7 Dutch light cruiser Eendracht. These stealthy predators are designed to deliver damage through a combination of main battery salvos and signature Dutch airstrikes. Similarly for the main tech tree line for the Garden Liu, while relying on careful positioning and good concealment to avoid enemy fire. The main batteries of these cruisers consist 128mm guns with good ballistics and range. These guns can fire AP shells that deal a good damage for the caliber, or HE shells that have good penetration, but weak damage and poor fire starting chances. This trio boasts the airstrike armament with a long range, fast cooldown and bombs that reach the target relatively quickly. Just note that the modest size of the squadron makes it easier for enemy AA to foil your attacks. The main weaknesses of these ships are low HP pool and weak armor, but access to engine boost and repair party with a fast cooldown increases the survival chances in the heat of battles. So we might remember these Dutch cruisers are not to be featured for the hydroacoustic search or defensive AA fire. But these Dutch light cruisers are also available for this, the engine boost and repair party. The repair party is very similar for the rest of the Dutch cruisers, like for example Haarlem, Johad de Witt and the Gouden Liu. So in my upcoming video taking place on the public test, I will try out for something the first impression gameplay for the top tier Utrecht. So stay tuned for that, and we're going something to do for a demonstration. Okay, remember Submarine's past adventure taking the chapter 2. So it ends on April 3 at the time. The story of journeys to the legendary Chinese Admiral and explorer Sheng He continues. The second chapter, Remembrance of Min's past adventure, will consist of 4 chapters and will allow you to earn even more adventure tokens. You can exchange these for Min's voyage tokens and spend it on different rewards, including Chinese treasure ship permanent camouflage for Taihan and historical commander Sheng He. If you were persistent and save adventure tokens for the first part of the adventure, you have enough to exchange them for the present amount of Min's voyage tokens. Add to the resulting amount more of these tokens available for free XP, coal, and credits, and you can get new Pan-Asian battleship Taihan for free. You can also get more Min's voyage tokens in random bottles available for doubloons. Okay, now the most important part for the update 14.2 is the account system update. You can now link your Wargaming account to Steam, allowing you to use his platform to log into the game. So those available for that in the Steam accounts. You will retain your progress, and if you play in several different realms, you'll be able to switch between them in the port. To further enhance your gaming experience, we'll be facilitating team events for those who play the game using Steam in the upcoming weeks. You'll be able to earn plenty of rewards, including a new commander, Steam Chan, and a Steam Cat permanent camouflage for German light cruiser Königsberg. Now, for the clan battles, will be starting on in this new season, taking place on March 12th at 7:30 p.m. until on May 12th, 11:30 p.m. So the update 14.2 delivers a new clan battle season, the codename Sea Lion. The format will be a 7 vs 7 Ghost Tier 10 ships. The gaming sessions are available on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. General ship restrictions are the following. So only battleships, destroyers, and cruisers can be participate. No more than 1 battleship per team. And as of restrictions on particular ships, some Napoli, Petropavlos, Louisiana, Alexander Nevsky, Hildebrand, and Commissar can't be taken into battles, which means a ship banned. Limited the number of Cliver, Marceau, and Marseille. Each team may not have more than one of these ships. Limited the number of Moskva, Stalingrad, and Des Moines. Each team may not have more than one of these ships. And limited the number of Smolensk and Gansk. Each team may not have more than one of these ships. A new season of ranked battles starting up in the update 14.2. Sorry. So ranked battle season 22 is coming in this update. So starting on from March 6th at 10 a.m. until May 15 at 1 a.m. before they release the update 14.4. Okay, so the Bronze League will be playing tier 6 and 7 ships. Will be seats versus seats. There will be no more than 1 aircraft carrier, 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. For Silver League, we got a tier 8 and 9 ships in the same format. This time, will be no more than 1 aircraft carrier, 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. Finally, for the Gold League, will be tier 10 ships including super ships. The same battle format. No more than 1 aircraft carrier, 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. In this season though, the rule for keeping a star in the event of the loss is the same for all leagues. Only the top base XP earners on the losing team keeps a star. So this was similar for the outgoing ranked battle season at the time. Okay, so the brawls on the update 14.2 are ahead on the following. 3 new brawls with different formats await you in the update 14.2. The first brawl takes place about this following. The 5 vs 5, the top tier ships, battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. There will be no more than 3 battleships, 4 cruisers, 1 destroyer, and 1 submarine. Divisions are allowed, so 5 persons have to be played. In the second round of brawls takes on 3 vs 3 tier 9 ships. No more than 2 cruisers and 1 destroyer. Divisions are allowed will be capacity for 3 persons. And the final round of brawls takes on seats versus seats. They got tier 8 ships, battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. No more than 4 battleships, 4 cruisers, 1 destroyer, and 2 submarines. Divisions are allowed. The maximum size limits will be only 3. Okay, so the armory this time on this update. So the good news is happened. The Japanese battleship key will become available to purchase for 135,000 coal. So it looks like a promising way up ahead for the long time. So I will get this ship as soon as we can. Game balance changes, something for that. We're making balance changes to low tier ships to facilitate smoother progression from tier 1 to tier seats. You find the details of these changes on our development blog latestly. Okay, for some content additions and changes, special ship tier, special tier, special ship tier 10 and special ship tier 10 elite containers have been added to the game. You can check out the contents in our development blog publication. Enemy destruction effect, reveal of colors, midnight hollow, and like and subscribe permanent camouflages. Headless horseman with individual voiceover. Achievements for Clan Battle Season 29, Sea Lion and Hurricane, Sea Lion. All players who previously owned the Rodney will receive a historical permanent camouflage for the ship during Update 14.2. Starting with Update 14.2, all players who obtain Rodney will have the historical permanent camouflage by default of the ship. Test ships are gonna get us coming. Some ships we got the Provorny, Soviet Tier 8 destroyer, Bliskowicz 44, Pan-European Polish Tier 8 destroyer, Protector US Tier 8 cruiser based on the Congress, Hotaka Japanese Tier 9 battleship based on Adatara, and Varese Italian Tier 10 cruiser based on Michelangelo were added for testing by developers, volunteers, and community contributors. Some of these 3 ships are going to be for the upcoming experimental ships, which took place in the near future, after the Mets, Basma, and Oregon. Future changes. With the release of update 14.3, we updated the contents of Golden Week containers and Golden Week premium containers. You can find the full list of the changes in our development blog in this website. Some of these other changes are the following, which is not going to explain this entirely. So for a complete list of changes, please refer to our player support if you wanted to see right now. So technically this is going to be the update 40.2 so far, but it will be for my birthday month. But my good news though is the Japanese battleship key. We're going to set up the buy for the armory at 135,000 coal. But it's a long waited tradition, so I would not risk everything to losing money because of the gambling techniques. So here it is. So we're gonna get key after Malta to make sure for that after more promising leads. Okay, so I hope you enjoy about my discussions of the update 14.2 so far. So please don't forget to like and leave the comments down below. So we're ready to take it on for sometimes grow better up and more positive ways in the future. But also for that, my birthday is absolutely more than coming for a few weeks left. So stay tuned for that in my upcoming video about my wishes up ahead for this birthday next week. So my birthday is on March 23, takes place on Sunday. So I will gonna deal for this settling up right now for anything once make me some wishes to do for early at the time if you still have. So you know it's gonna be gonna play World of Warships for 5 years since the COVID-19 pandemic began. So anyways, I gotta go right now, and thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell notification icon. So I hope you guys, and I see you in my next video. So We're doing progress right now for the update 14.2. That is for my birthday bond and a birthday patch. I hope you see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.